doing well today, being the 14th of February 2022. So I would say to you all, happy Valentine's Day. Both married, unmarried, single, you know, fifth boyfriend, 10th boyfriend, fifth and sixth, seventh wife, whichever that it is. I say happy Valentine's Day for everyone. So no one has given me my Valentine's gift, but don't give me the Abba Kyari's gift, please, please. I'm begging you. I do not want the Abba Kyari's gift. That is the gist of this evening. Go and make yourself a coffee, make yourself tea. You're going to see something this evening. We are going to analyze, expose, bring to fore some of these things so that these things will make sense to us. Now, we all woke up this morning from a press conference and the press release from the NDLEA, that is Nigerian Drug Law Enforcement Agency, and they said that Abba Kyari, the Super Corp, remember? The one they called Super Corp, the one that denied the teller corp. You can call him the teller corp, you can call him the Super Corp, you can call him whatever what you want, what you want. Now we want to look at things. The reason why I brought Obi Cubana into the mix is that many of you, especially on Twitter, has been going gaga. Many of you have been saying, does that mean that now that Abba Kyari is in trouble, that Obi Cubana is also in trouble? I say, why? Why? Is Obi Cubana does it equal Abba Kyari? Many of you have been saying, oh, now that Abba Kyari is being arraigned, maybe it is a plan for the federal government not to send him to America. It is a plan to keep him at home. Maybe, maybe not. Some of you also, to tell you that I read every single comment you make on my Twitter handle, some of you have been saying, well, it could be a plan to rope Obi Cubana and some southeastern businessmen in. I say, how do you know? Maybe, maybe not. This evening, being the 14th of February 2022, we will be looking and we will be digesting one after another, unpicking them, see where logic applies and where it makes sense. Are we able to connect the dots? Now you said the dot. Look at it on your dot. That's why we are dotted, unapologetically so. So join me this evening once more. Let me know where you're watching me from. If possible, let's play the game. Show your flag. Where are you watching me from? Can I see the flag? I hope I can make a guess, or if I get it right. Let's see. I know Steve Frank is watching me from Tanzania. I see Nigerians. There is no, anywhere you go on the planet Earth, Nigerians are there. You see Steve Frank from Tanzania. Hi, Barry says, Maz, are you still in Nigeria? Maz, this location. If you go read Wolosho Inka's book, the telephone conversation, it says location indifferent. Oh yes, Regina Roberts, that's ich aus Deutschland. Na, ich begrüße dich. Ich begrüße dich. Don Eze Ugo, I can see that. That is Österreich, Turkey. Wow, man, you guys full everywhere. You know one thing? Smash the like button. Smash the like button and share. Share, share, share. Man, be careful with this kind of name. EFCC and NDLA might be at your back. Might be at your back. How can somebody be answering and he doesn't pay tithe? You see, that means he don't even have the Ako. Talk less of Yes, I can see Ireland there. Atikuwana Ile. Wow. Anyway, Italy. So people, let's get the ball rolling. So like I said, this morning, we woke up and we saw the Super Cup of Nigeria running. What happened? It appears that the man was suspended for an investigation to happen on the case that he was involved. But rather than mellow down and, stick with whatever, just pipe low, you know. But it appears he didn't. He began to maybe engage in extra other activities. And that extra other activities apparently is what has landed him into trouble. And that trouble is that the man in question was declared wanted this morning. You can imagine everybody, many of you who follow me on Twitter, if you're not following me, follow me on Twitter at Mazezoke, at Mazezoke, Maazi Mazezoke. So, we broke that news this morning from DVL, NDLEA. I said DVL as if this is in the London or what. Anyway, so when that news broke, many people didn't know. But again, as they began to mature, it appears and it became very clear that Abba Kyari, the Super Corp of Nigeria, was and has been declared wanted. Not only that he was declared wanted, suddenly, in on the meantime, we now got more information that he was also bitte erzähl uns die Geschichte über Abba Kyari. Dafür muss man doch etwas zahlen. Das ist wirklich eine teure Geschichte, ne? Es muss uns was kosten, ne? Yeah, okay. So now to cut the cheese and to cut the long story short, Abba Kyari, got disappeared somewhat, and eventually he couldn't, as it were, could not run away from the long arms of the law. So now let me start from the beginning. We work our way down this storyline because indeed, as the Germans would say, das ist eine wunderbare Geschichte. That is a wonderful story that must be told. When we used to write Tales by Moonlight in the days of the old NTAs, you start by saying story, story, then everybody will say, what? I didn't hear you. Can you write it down? Story, story. I didn't hear you say that. Because I can't hear you, you can write it down. So let's go crack on the story, because this story is a fantastic story. Now, we go. So, Abba Kyari. So, this is, for those of you who do not know the story, yes, I know there are old cargoes here. I know it's story. I have so many old cargoes here. You are basically telling me how old you are, not all these new generations that do not understand what it means to sit down and listen to Tales by Moonlight and play when the moon is out. But now things has changed. So here is Abba Kyari. The story has it that Abba Kyari got entangled into a cocaine deal. Some people imported cocaine. Pay attention here. You know why I say we should pay attention here, especially those of us from the Southeast? You need to pay attention here. Don't blink an eyelid. Once upon a time, there was a man called Super Cop. He was so brave that he was the one that caught Evans, the millionaire kidnapper. He was so brave that he was sent from Abuja to Lagos to go and catch Evans, the kidnapper. He was so brave that he was sent to the Southeast to go and deal with ungun men, men known gun. He was sent to Imo State to go and do things that many accused him that innocent lives were lost. The Super Cop. He loves big cars. And you know one thing, he has a hobby. His hobby is Onye Obioma, Onye Doa, the tailor. He makes clothes for the hush puppies, hush mamas, hush daddies, and hush pikins. And he sends these clothes to them, you know. And he's a civil servant, but he makes clothes as well. And that cloth he makes, it appears he also not only makes clothes, but he also partakes in the bounty, or some will call them the booties. In that line of business, he got himself entangled into some accusations that one of the hush puppies and hush mamas and hush pikins, Abbas, in a WhatsApp conversation with him, I did an extensive, almost 2 hours analysis of this when the story broke. When the FBI gave Nigeria the details of how the Super Corp was involved in these criminal activities. Nigeria somehow, maybe because of trying to protect, maybe because of his name, I don't know, I don't want to be prejudiced, but everyone was wondering, why is it that this guy, it appears nothing is happening. Many were questioning, was he going to be sent to America to go and answer for the things he was accused of, his involvement? But 1 month, 2 months, 3, 4, 5, nothing actually happened. Suddenly, anyway, fast back, rewind. You know, when we used to use VHS, there is one thing, you know, cassette rewinder. For many of us that grew up when there was no light, cassette rewinder, you jam it in, you wind it. So let me wind back a little bit. Sometime last year, the former governor of Lagos State, a military governor, Buba Marwa, a no-nonsense man. I liked him then. I liked him. He's from Adamawa State. He was appointed to head the anti-narcotics agency in Nigeria. For many of you in the diaspora that, you know, if you're non-Igbo, anti-narcotics, that is the Nigerian Drug Law Enforcement Agency. Here is a twist, and we have to pay attention at this point. Why is no one talking about the request made by the Americans to bring him to America to answer questions? And that is where I do not blame many of you who are cynics, who could be cynical in what is currently happening. Question is Nigeria trying to avoid sending Abba Kyari to America to answer questions? Is it a sting operation to have a reason to say, stop, we are dealing with him here, stop, we can send him to jail here? After all, if he's in jail in Nigeria, you cannot take him to go prosecute. I don't know. I'm only stating and standing on the realm of what you watching me now, what you're telling me on my Twitter handle again. So if that be the case, that means those at the helm of affairs are playing karo with our brains. They are outsmarting us. If you're listening to me now, if you're watching me now, you haven't subscribed to this platform. Why, if I may ask you? You don't like my face? You don't like my dimple? I don't even know which side it is, but I'm just kidding. Or you don't like my cap? Why don't you just click that like button, like it, and subscribe? It's free. I'm not charging you. And if you want to put ice cream on top, you can do a super chat. Then you'll be the superhero this evening. But I pray you're not going to be a super cop like the one we are talking about. So, Raining and cold in Hamburg, James Zickon. Mein Gott, warum muss es in Deutschland jedes Mal, naja, du bist auch in Norddeutschland, es regnet immer, genauso wie in Bremen, genauso wie in Kiel, genauso wie in Flensburg. Es regnet jeden Tag, nur Regen wie in England. Scheiße, verklugter Scheiße, Leute. Naja, I come back. Masi, wir lieben dich. Das ist so wunderbar. Na, dann singe ich für euch. Es klappert die Mühle am Rauschen der Wach. Clip, clap, clip, clap, clip, clap. These Germans, so now go corrupt me. Oh. Please, Germans, auf, ne? Geh. Zur Seite, na? Lass uns weiterfahren, ne? Okay, so we go. Where was I? So what I'm saying is, in essence, I'm saying if you haven't subscribed, please do. I would appreciate that. So Abba Kyari was not, or rather, the issue with Abbas, the hush king, appears to be making no traction. No one knows what is happening. But suddenly, when this happened today, and everyone is wondering, including myself, wow. And the funny thing is, this operation happened between January and last week up to the 10th. He was recorded. You know, the worst part of it, I must tell us the truth, the worst part of it is that this cocaine came via Ethiopia. He's been among the cartel that runs this. I'll read us what the NDLEA people, their press conference. Now, but the challenge here is that it's a cartel, and the police officer that ought to protect the law, a police officer moving from Abuja to Lagos to go and capture Evans, the millionaire kidnapper, you know, the one that will catch you and say you pay him in dollars. When Curtis Cable and one other guy, a pharmacist, when they captured him, from the pharmacist, Evans took euros. Think about 420,000 euros. You know what it means? You can buy a very big mansion in Hamburg with that sort of money. But that's what somebody that engaged in criminality took. And this man in question was the super cop, Robocop, nah? Went to Lagos, captured him. Think for a moment. Someone who is corrupt is fighting corruption. Right? I am confused because there are things that will happen in Nigeria that I begin to. Anyway, let's not localize it because this is not a Nigerian issue. We have seen this happen everywhere, in Mexico, in Brazil, even in America, that law enforcement officers engage in criminal activities. It has nothing specifically to do with Nigeria. Why we are talking about it is that Nigeria remains a place of interest for us. So having said that, let's get Abba Kyari in and let us watch this video. Now let me do the follow-up. So this is a sting operation now. Abba Kyari is the one sitting on the left, the one, on the right, that with the brown stuff. That is the one you can see. The officer is on the one sitting on the driver's seat. That is the one not being seen.
junior, okay. There are 3 bags. So, but if they are there, they are not there. I'm a total loss of 5 kg. It's one of my view. In the Suka, Zora Shikamova, exactly in the African recovery. Okay, please. 10.
So now the mind-blowing thing here is the money he's sharing here is this cartel brought this cocaine into Enugu. It was seized. In seizing it, Abba Kyari got involved. Part of this cocaine was sold. And in selling this cocaine, now he is now bringing money, thinking that the guy on the left is so corrupt as him. Obviously, this is a sting operation. They now caught him red-handed. Okay, we know you've sold some. Now the money he brought the cash, and that is the real gist. You can see him really caught him red-handed. See the money, as evidence. The money he brought, the money you hear the sound kakra kakra kakra. These are the monies that are in there in that box. So I think if Nigeria actually is working in, can activate and really work in this way, like if kidnappers are caught, you really work with them, not all this, you shoot everybody, then there is no evidence, everything dies down. That they can really start working, things might begin to get better. Now, so look at him. This is his own car. After all this, and this happened on the which day again? In February on 11th. So, and they put the address, blah 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 there. Okay. So now let's go and look at the report, because as I said before, he was declared wanted, and he was told to come, but obviously he wasn't going to. Then let's go and look at the full text. And the full text says, when the guy started addressing the press, he said that they found something very, very interesting. And he went on to say that, and if anything, the arrest and seizure by NDLEA in the past 12 months is an indication that the country drug problem was grossly underestimated before President Muhammadu Buhari's resolve to strengthen the NDLEA and subsequent launch of offensive action by the agency to clean the society of the menace. Well, that is a political statement, if you ask me. Only thing I think that is happening here is two things. It's either you and I are being played, or that the government in the last 7 months somewhat got serious. And the statement continued. Let me quickly share with us so that we know what is happening here. So let me quickly, hold on. Let me quickly share that with us. If you want to read the whole thing, you head to njenjemedia.com. Then you will see that is the most trending news on Njenje Media website today. So you can go there and read, and this is the news there. So here they continue. And in the last 12 months, even the most cynical of Nigeria now agrees that the country is really in a drug quagmire, and therefore appreciate the relentless efforts of NDLEA operatives. Obviously, like I said, Buba Mawa, since I knew him as the Lagos State governor, then Bubamawa had been a square peg in a square hole. If, obviously, I repeat, he's from Adamawa. Make that, make of it whatever you want to. But I think he has been a square peg in a square hole. But again, we must also keep our eyes open so that they do not play us caro caro. Now, the story now gets interesting for me. It says today we are forced to declare one of such law enforcement agents wanted in the person of suspended DCP Abba Kyari, the erstwhile commander of Intelligence Response Team (RRT) at the Force Intelligence Bureau of the Nigerian Police Force. With intelligence at our disposal, that is NDLEA saying, the agency believes strongly that Abba Kyari is a member of a drug. Now, quote here, not me saying, look at it here, that Abba Kyari is a member, he is a police officer going and shooting people that have stolen chicken out of hunger. They will kill them. Engaging in on extrajudicial killing, torturing people for looking at somebody's girlfriend or somebody's whatever. But this same man doing all those things, leading the intelligence unit, when you look at them and you see intelligence unit, you think they're actually intelligent. But from the way the man, intelligence unit, Jesus, what was I saying? Intelligence unit. Oh, jeez. What's wrong with me this evening? Okay. You would think that the man is intelligent, but the man apparently is not intelligent at all because the way he fell for this recording cheap, just because of money. The man is a member of a drug cartel that operates the the Brazil, Ethiopia, Nigeria illicit drug pipeline. And eventually, what then happened? They now started telling us the story. Say, let us now give us a synopsis of what transpired. Now, at this point, I would ask you, go and grab yourself a cup of water. Me, at this point, while you are subscribing to this channel, while you're clicking and liking and sharing and bringing all the NDLEA on the face me and face you to come and join here, I will drink something as well. Whoever tapped whoever tapped this wine, you must make heaven. May you not fall from the palm tree. So let us continue. Because I like this, what I just drank now. It makes you, it lifts the spirit up. Maybe it really lifts the spirit up the ground. The spirit can start flying, as they say, whatever der verleiht Flüge. You know what I mean? Ich warte noch. Worauf wartest du? Ne? Worauf wartest du, Robert? If you want to pray for the tapas well, may his knife never go stump. May he never find snake whenever he climbs the palm wine tree. And may he find only uze and osa so that he can go and do some pepper soup. So, now, we come back to life. Okay? Let us, at this point, look at the full story. They said the saga started on Friday, January 21st. That's barely 3 weeks ago. Barely 3 weeks ago, Abba Kyari. Remember, he was still in suspension when DSP Abba Kyari initiated a call to one of the NDLEA officer in Abuja by 2 p.m. 12 minutes past 2 o'clock. When the officer returned the call 2 minutes later, Abba Kyari informed him he was coming to see him. He discussed an operational matters after the Jumat service. I say Jumat. He just go lie down on a mat, doing his Jumat, praying, arranging how to go and steal or how to go and do flex, whatever. Now, he appeared at the agreed venue with of the meeting with the officer and went straight to the cruise of the motor. This was it. His team had intercepted and arrested some traffickers that came into the country from Ethiopia with, according to him, 25 kg of cocaine that they appeared and they came into Nigeria with 25 kg of cocaine. He proposed a drug deal whereby he and his team are to take 15 kg of the cocaine and leave 10 kg for the prosecution of the suspect of the suspects arrested with the illicit drug in Enugu. You see where I told us that the Southeasterners may get involved. Please stay tuned because something is happening. Take a deep breath here. At this point, you ask yourself, what is happening? They are saying that this guy collected 25. Now they want to work with NDLEA. When they go to court, they will now go and say it is 10, but they've sold 15. That means this is what has been happening in Nigeria. It is not the first time that they are doing this. This is what they know how to do. In the meantime, the Pauline cocaine will be prepared with a dummy worth of 15 kg. You see what they want to do? They want to take 15 out, sell 15, then replace that same 15 they've sold with a dummy cocaine. That is a fake one. When they go to court and the court say, okay, go to the lab and test it, they will use the 10 kg, open part of the 10 kg and test it. NDLEA, after the individuals in question may have been jailed, they say go and destroy. They will now go and destroy the ones that are fake cocaine. You see how the business goes. He asked the NDLEA officer to prosecute men of the FCT command to play along as well. Now, anybody who is in touch with the reality of the renewed drug war, this one is what I call self-praise. It means absolutely nothing to me. Let's go on. It says here, the drug lord offered a bribe. That means those that have this drug offered a bribe of $24,500. But our officers placed duty above pecuniary interest. We all know how the episode ended. Obviously, I don't know if they took the 24,000 and still rejected or they refused the money outrightly. That is the talks of new NDLEA. Again, that is praising of themselves, not interested on that area. Here, the story continues. On this, by 11:05 on Monday the 24th, 2 weeks ago, barely 3 weeks ago, after the agency gave the officers the green light to play along. Now, because the officers obviously have reported what Abba Kyari told them, they are now playing along as if they are wanting to share the same sleeves with Abba Kyari. He and Abba Kyari began a WhatsApp call for the rest of the day. The officer conveyed their willingness to play the game. You see? And Abba Kyari at this point thought, boom, we are making millions. Even when I'm suspended, I am making millions. And I am still telling everybody that I am innocent of the crime so accused. At this point, Abba Kyari disclosed that 15 kg already taken out was shared between informants that provided information for the seizure. You see how Nigeria is corrupt? The person that, maybe part of those gang actually snitched themselves, saying, see, look at Mr. Thompson. He's coming in with 25 kg. What is in it for me? They say, okay, if you catch them, we'll give you 1 kg worth of whatever. I do not know, but I'm just making assumptions here. But this is how they then shared that money when it's, when they sold the content. According to him, the informant were given 7 kg while his team took 8 kg. Can you hear that? I don't believe that story. I don't think they will give the informant up to 7 kg. He then offered to pay the NDLEA team, that is the officer and the FCT command, by selling on their behalf half of the remaining 10 kg, thereby further reducing the original cocaine for the prosecution to just 5 kg. You see, I think he was trying to place, that's my personal thing here. He was planning to play smart, take more, like 7 out, keep 8, say, okay, again, give us more 5 so that we'll prosecute with only 5, then making 5 plus 8, 13. So that means they're going to go and sell 13, whatever that 13 is worth. That was what we're going to, share among themselves in this case. At 7 million naira per kg, the proceed from the 5 kg would amount to 35 million at the exchange rate of 570 per dollar, being the black market rate for the day. Well, now NDLEA, you said it, MFLA might come after you and close your office, because MFLA, as he has gone after Abba Kyari, those that display how much dollar is in the black market, you're in the black books already, in the black book already. At this rate, at 7 million per kilo, the proceed, obviously, blah blah blah, on the 24th of January, that was when that was done. In effect, he will be delivering $61,400 to NDLEA. He put pressure on our officer to wrap up the arrangement with the command of the FCT command to take custody of the drug suspect from his men who were on ground in Abuja. At that time, he was speaking from Lagos, where he allegedly traveled for private business. You see, private business for a police officer traveling everywhere. Now, on the next day, 25th, Abba Kyari offered to send his younger brother to deliver the payment. You see, but the officers appeared to be so smart. They said, no, we're not going to accept your younger brother. You need to come in person. Well, he wants money. Who no like money? That's why he went. And by 5:23 p.m., Kyari was in Abuja and met with officers at the same rendezvous where they had the first meeting. In their discussion, he disclosed how his team received information from a double crosser. Does that sound like something that has happened before? Someone wanted to double cross Abbas, Hush Puppy, the Hush Peking. Hush Puppy double crossed the person. They were double crossing each other. And Hush Puppy used Abba Kyari to arrest the double crosser. And here, in the NDLEA case, again, there is a double crosser. The story is double crossing and single crossing and triple crossing everywhere. Because this double crosser has double crossed and obviously betrayed their men, and the story was that he gave them how and when, which flight they were coming into Enugu. Wait a minute. Is this the reason why you've been asked to go clear DSS in Abuja when in Enugu when you land? No, okay, DSS doesn't deal in drug, but I will make a video on my experience flying into and out of Enugu and into Enugu again. On an international flight, you'll be asked to go and clear DSS. I find that absurd. I use Abuja every time. I use Lagos sometimes. I use Port Harcourt as well. I have never had anyone tell me to go clear DSS. And you see them, the DSS, they have their own kiosk beside the immigration. This is absurd. Maybe this might also explain why some of these things are happening. Well, let's go. Let's continue. We might find and begin to find out what is actually happening here. The reason for this was to avoid the dummies being subjected to test. Obviously, like I said before, all these exchange happening and they want to replace some and do whatever they want to do. They brought in dummy, which dummy in this case, take dummy to be a fake cocaine in order to put them all together and that no one would notice. Okay, so having said all this, what then happened? On the said day, Abba Kyari brought with him the money from the sale of 5 kg to, the one that is the share of NDLEA officers, a total of 61,400. NDLEA now said they preferred to take the money inside a car, not knowing, and this is the car here, not knowing that the reason why they've lured him into this car is that this car is already pre-wired. Cameras everywhere, cameras in front, cameras at the back, cameras at the both sides. These are all hidden spy cameras. Abba Kyari, the super cop, heading an intelligence unit, sadly not intelligent enough to know when he was being set up. That is the reality. So, as I said before, once you begin to understand the trajectory and follow these things, you begin to, in my estimation, unless they are playing us, begin to appreciate the level of work that's gone into this sting operation. But while some of us would say, well, nobody knows, he's not been convicted yet, he's innocent until proven guilty, he's still going to go to court. Of course, we know all those things. He's still going to go to court. But what could be the outcome when he goes to court? And the story then has it that when they dive, when they basically got into details, but they now started saying, oh, it is disheartening, that they were hearing from him, from the horse's mouth. That's how they refer it. And one thing that is very, very interesting here is that even Abba Kyari himself said something that was repeated in that FBI report that wanted him to be extradited into the United States. And this is as highlighted on the screen. He says, the boys are very, very sharp, and the boys are very loyal. That's what he told. That was, one of the conversations he had with Abbas. Said that, don't worry, I have a very sharp boys, and they are very loyal to me as well. You can see that. And here in this case, he's still telling the NDLEA stars who are undercover NDLEA stars that his own boys are also loyal. That's why today he was not only arrested. He was not only arrested alone. He had 4 other of his men arrested with him. Question then might be, for how long has this been going on? For how long? And he said again the same thing he told Abbas when Abbas, basically paid some money and sent some screenshots. I said, don't worry, I'll take care of the boys. And the same thing here, they're saying, it is disheartening to hear him say of this rogue team, and I quote, I do take care of them. And this kind of work is done by only that team. That means whatever the Americans said in that report was spot on. They did their due diligence, because this is actually confirming it, because this is actually Nigerian version of whatever had transpired before. It is equally disheartening to hear him give details of another similar operation which they pulled off 3 weeks ago, according to him. That means 3 weeks ago, still this January, they pulled off such operation again. Well, I am not here to, again, I wouldn't take that part. So the storyline then is, having looked at all these things, they've declared him wanted. But even when they declared him wanted, that was this morning when the press statement, or rather when they had a press conference. But by afternoon today, that super cop was arrested, and alongside with him, those that were arrested with him were him, Abba Kyari, and that included an ASP Sunday Ubwa, ASP Bawa James, Inspector Simon Agriba, and Inspector John Nuhu. while the fifth suspect, ASP John Umaru, is still at large. Can you beat that? At the end of the day, this guy has been arrested. Now, do you think Abba Kyari would go in for this, or do you think that the powers that be would eventually see that nothing happens to him? Maybe he is among those who are above the law. What do you think? Now, where is the entanglement here with Obi Cubana? Many of you are already saying, why do you have to bring Obi Cubana into this discussion? Wow. Is it because here is Njenje Media TV, but when you go online, you still comment? And non-Igbos have noticed something today, both on Clubhouse and on Twitter Space, what I call the Twitter street. Some of you are already saying, why was he being seen with Obi Cubana? Obi Cubana granted an interview to the BBC where BBC Igbo asked him point blank. And he says, based on the fact that he has a family, he has a business to protect, he does not engage in such business. He's a hotelier, he owns chains of clubs, he's now also into real estate. Well, person will light candle. You know, go put them for under bed. You must put them on top table. That is it. If you engage in nightlife. So I think at this stage, for many of you who think that Obi Cubana should be worried, if by the statements and by his actions so far has nothing to do with this gentleman, aside, normal Nigerian, if you're a Nigerian big man, you want to move, and sometimes you want to have security protection. Of course, why not? Sometimes these police escorts, could be illegal. Yeah, well, most times it is actually illegal because you pay DPO. When they come to you, they say, "Oh, God, you go find us something," because God DPO not give us anything from the money where you give them. Of course, we see them every day. We have had cause to use police, one or two times. And I'm telling you from experience. So, in this case, you see a man moving from grace to grace, from grace to. I think this is what President Muhammad Buhari will call
APC. APC from top to bottom. Top to bottom. Top to bottom.
So I think at this point, in the words of President Muhammad Buhari, Abba Kyari is gone from top to bottom. From tough to bottom. I think at this stage, even if you ask his own senator or what's it called, Alhaji Kazaure will tell you, haven't read whatever is happening since morning and all the evidences against him, he must be blinking and shaking.
Our economic is doing like this. It's doing like this. It's blinking, shaking. So
maybe that is the way he's, doing now. While some of you, the diehards, some of you who have issues with Abba Kyari, I don't know him. My own is to state facts. Some of you will be saying your happiness more. I know some of you who will be happiness more.
All right. Have you voted?
I'm voted, yeah.
Okay, so
I'm happiness, I'm voted, yeah.
tell me your feeling after voting today.
Yeah, after voting, I'm feeling okay. What I want, I get it on the result. I'm getting the party I want is the one going on. Thank you for that.
What are you expecting from these people you voted?
I'm voted, they can do what you want, and then when they want, what they want, inshallah, we're happiness more.
Inshallah, your happiness more. Your happiness more because he has gone from tough to bottom. Then your happiness more. Repent before it's too late for you. You shouldn't be happiness more. And on this note, we will take your opinions. I will take some of your calls, and let me hear you out, know what you think. Do you think that Abba Kyari would be sent to America? Do you think he's going to be punished in Nigeria the way those he have sniffed life out of are probably being punished now, or we are punished? What is your thought? Abba Kyari, the Super Cup, is going from tough to bottom. Abba Kyari, tough to bottom. Or do you think he has gone to the bottom already? Many might say, actually, well, it's not yet over until it is over, because it could be that he might still get justice. He might get justice from the court. Who knows? But indeed, it is indeed from top to bottom.
Top to bottom. Top to bottom.
Top to bottom. Okay, who am I speaking to? You're speaking to Mazes. Okay, here. May I know who am I speaking to? You are speaking to Mazes. Okay, please, may I know who is calling?
You're speaking to Rufus.
Okay, Rufus. Yes, go ahead.
Thank you for your.
Oh, Rufus, call back. I don't know what happened. Your call went dead. Maybe you need to pay your NEPA bill. I don't know. But, okay. What's happening, people? Let's take another call. Who am I speaking to? You're speaking to Mazes, okay?
Hi, good evening, Mazi.
Yeah, good evening.
Reverend Michael.
Yeah, Reverend.
From Scotland.
Okay.
I saw the notice. Your notice came on the YouTube notice.
Okay.
And I thought I should catch up. I also was reading about Abba Kyari tonight from one of these news outlets, and some people, I don't know what's really wrong with Nigeria, because some people think it's just a trick that the NDLEA is pulling over people, but I don't think that is the case, because you don't, when you want to pull a trick, you don't destroy a person's personality or integrity. And so when the Nigerian system does something right, I think we should appreciate that. But the other thing again is that they said everybody keeps saying Abba Kyari is a super cop. What's super about a policeman doing his job? You see, the city of the blind man.
Whoa, hold on. Two things here. You raised two questions. Why is confidence building? The people have lost hope over time. So many stunts have been pulled that people no longer have trust. So if the starting point will be with the case of Abba Kyari in restoring confidence, so be it. Now, on the other one, talk about Super Cup, not the people, not you and I gave him the Super Cup. It is the Nigerian state. You can see the Nigerian Senate, they called him, they gave him an award, so you do not blame the people, because you and I there, we are pawning the game, is it?
Yes, but the point I'm making is that, first of all, let's agree that this is a step in the right direction.
Well, it is a first, for me, it is a putting your foot forward. I don't know if a step has been taken. The test of the pudding is in the eating. So let them go to court, convict him in court, send him to jail. Then you will begin to convince Nigeria that you're taking the right step in the right direction. That's my opinion.
Yes. Before I go, I want to say that I think the fundamental problem that is wrong with us as Black people, as Nigerians, I think is that, like you said, we seem to have lost hope completely.
Yes.
In anything. So when we see good, we don't even recognize it anymore, as if we are expecting bad things to happen all the time. So but we do need to move, if we have to, move along the way the rest of the world is moving. we need to really come to that place where we say enough is enough. We want to do the right thing and we want to support the right thing. I think that's what I would say to leave. When I saw this breaking news, I was pleased at that. In fact, I took time to listen to it, and I'm pleased with that, except that we have to wait to see how this play out, whether sending him to America or not. If Nigeria can.
So what would you prefer? Do you want him to be sent to America?
Well, sending him to America or not. Let's say if this particular situation didn't come out, I would say okay, let him be extradited immediately. Because I already see some people who are saying, yeah, he's a super cop, is good, is this, they are trying to persecute him. So if he did not do the crime, then he won't do the time. So, but now that a very, very strong allegation has shown up.
But some people would argue with you that if you send him to America, he will be eating burger in the prison. So it's better he stays here and drink agari and beans.
I'm sure, Mazi, that you understand that there are some big men who goes to prison in Nigeria but are not in prison.
Anyway, that's true. That's true. Don't worry. Thank you very much for your time. Let me take another caller. Thank you.
Thank you and God bless. Bye.
Bless you too. Hello, who am I speaking to?
Yeah, Mazi, okay, this is Abba Kyari.
Go ahead. Can you put off the device you're listening with?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, go ahead. Make it snappy.
Yeah, so I'm calling from the United States. I was reading the story about Abba Kyari, and it's really unfortunate. You see, this is a man that is still under investigation, and yet he continues to engage in criminality.
People said it in their blood.
I believe so. You see, they call him a super cop. He's a super cop for obvious reasons. He was given that title by the government, and I believe that Abba Kyari is not working alone. There are politicians that are involved in this cartel of a thing, and I'm not going to be surprised if they try to find a way to get around this. But it's obvious, and I believe that is why that sting operation was carried out on him. My expectation is that this will further indict him and make reasonable grounds for the states to comply with the extradition requests that the United States is asking for him. And I think that's the right thing that needs to be done.
Okay, so you are among those that prefer him to prefer that he goes to America. Okay. Thank you.
What?
So now, thank you very much for that. You know what we're going to do? Let us vote. You want him to be prosecuted in Nigeria, or you want him to be sent to America? If you want him to be sent to America, in the comment section, you put in Nigeria. If you want him to be sent to America, you put in America. So who am I speaking to? This is Mazes, okay?
Good evening, Maz. This is my MK Wando from Dublin.
Okay, MK Wando, how are you?
Good evening. I'm fine, good evening.
Good evening.
It's quite unfortunate, like the other caller said, because this guy was sent over to UK to be trained in the anti-fraud and the cybercrime. A lot of resources, training, and he was just like, when you go out outside Nigeria for such a training, you are the exemplar, one of the best. So if this is the kind of character we can bring as one of our best to be trained in such a high level, and he's being thrown around as if it's just one of them. So what image is the country sending abroad? That's only my own concern about this whole drama, because I was reading it. My jaw completely full.
Yes, but Chinua Achebe said there was a country now. You're still talking about a country.
Let's just take our
implementing out of this. You know what I'm talking about here. Look at it critically.
Okay, if you want me to take out sentiment, then let us get real. It's not something extraordinary. It could happen in Ireland. I mean, there is you know, a police officer, I think a metropolitan police officer close to where you live, whom was sent on an assignment, and eventually, you know, got to it became a rendezvous, you know, fell in love and have children, blah, blah, blah. That is outside what he's been sent to. We've seen police officers in America, in Mexico, entangling themselves in such, also with drugs.
Yes, I understand that. These are the people working locally. Oh, this is for you to be sent abroad. Come on. The Lord is the light is on you. You are the light. You represent that flag. That is only where, when I think about this whole thing, I become completely dumbfounded. I don't know what to say. Because when you are sent out that way, and this is what, okay, one of those people that trained him reading this, say, this is the same guy we trained on this particular area, and we are hoping that he will translate and transfer those skills back home. And he's not even wanted. That the whole thing was so childish done. That tells me that he is completely indebted. He was so blind for the money. That because you look at it, he's a police officer. He's trained on these things. How can they lower into a car?
No, but he's been doing it. He's been doing it even on active service. He's been doing it since he was on suspension. So it's something that he's been doing, right?
That's what I'm saying. He's that he becomes so blinded that you send your brother, they said no. You say, okay, come and get the car. So you have to be inside the car. Come on. Even me, I'm not a police officer. I will say something is not right. Something doesn't add up here.
No, but this is how they've been doing it. He has the confidence of the people, right? He has the confidence of those that have been doing that with him. So that's why probably he didn't sense that something might be off at this stage.
You may have a point, yeah.
Because it's they've been doing it. It's just maybe one of them probably, because all these things. Let me tell you, there was a crossover at some point that led to the information that this is coming in. Now, somebody might also be hoping for promotion. Somebody might also want to take over the position of Abba Kyari. So, and you know, if you snitch, in this case, it probably could be, okay, snitch, he comes into the bottom and the person, he goes off. Maybe. Anyway, of course.
That's another way to look at
it. I think President Buhari captures it.
See from top to bottom.
Top to bottom. Thank you.
Top to bottom. Top to bottom.
That is top to bottom. Top to bottom. That is what's happening here. Hello, good evening, Uche M. Yeah, good evening. How are you?
I'm fine.
You know, hold on, Uche. I think the voting here is 99% of the people voting here want him to be extradited to America. Only one person wants him to go to Ghana. And I know one they want to send him to Ghana because they want to feed him Kenge in Ghana. Go ahead.
I want to take this, in a different way. Looking at it in a way that this guy has been suspended, and how come he's still in active duty? Or is there anything?
Are you there? Your head. I was coming to that. The question, and this is where we should pick up. So the question, was he not properly suspended that he could be engaging? You know, like if you look at Sowore now, you have a court saying Sowore should not go beyond Abuja. Right? That's why he's in Abuja. Now, this is a super cop suspended, and he can fly into Lagos and fly out and go for private business meetings and still go for operations to, not because if he was properly suspended, you're right, he should be the one just to pass the information to the active team.
Yes.
You see, that's why people do not trust the system, because people believe the system is playing karo with them. Don't blame the people.
Exactly. Because if you're suspended, you won't go to the office. You'll be either house arrest or maybe free doing, going place to place, but you cannot be in the office doing the same job that you've been suspended of doing. So maybe that's something we don't know.
Well, someone here in the comment section, Lee Z, says he was suspended, not dismissed. He still wears the uniform. Huh? No. Dismissed means this. No, hold on. Dismissed means when you are dismissed, you're not getting salary. That is it. It's over. It's forby. It's kaput. It's finito. Now, if you are suspended, you get your salary, but you are not going to come into the office because it is an investigation. So, Lizzie, can we get that right? Okay, go ahead.
So, for me, I won't celebrate or anything or say anything else until we get information that he's been taken to court and the procedure and so on and so forth. But how is the extradition case going? So I'm really confused in this case because I read about it a few days ago. Malami was saying that he might be extradited. So we don't know if they will use this case to keep in Nigeria or I don't know. I don't know what to.
Now, okay, let's play this game a little bit. Let's play this game of conspiracy theory. Some people are of the belief that if you by this action, he will be prosecuted in Nigeria and he will not be sent abroad. Some, however, are of the opinion that Malami wants him out in order to use him to shine. Therefore, it's part of this game plan. Use this as a reason to kick his butt. But who knows? Nobody knows how the case is going to go.
Nobody knows. Yeah, I'm still, so nobody knows. Either way, it can be, because US are pressing, they want him, and the government is, saying they're going to. So I don't know. But
anyway,
until we just have to wait and see.
Anyway, thank you very much for your call. Thank you. So everyone, the game is on. Now, on the other side, while we are still on Abba Kyari, the government, if we ask President Muhammadu Buhari himself, he will tell you that the government has failed. The government has failed. I mean, not me, but him.
The government has failed to do its principle.
Did you hear him? The government has failed. ASUU is going on strike. 1 month. That means if you have any of your siblings in the higher institution, in the federal colleges or federal universities, they're all going home. The things we saw during the time of the military era and some part of the civilian, I think there was a time. Recall during Jonathan's time, when ASUU goes on strike, the APCs will be going to town with their vuvuzela, saying, oh, incompetence, incompetence. But suddenly, I don't know if this will be called confidence. ASUU is going on 1 month strike. Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASUU, they have decided to go on 1 month strike till March the 14th, 2022. Now, there is what we say that If they are given a warning shot with 1 month, I just want to think what would then happen after 1 month and nothing happens. That means they are willing to give us 1 year. Government and ASUU, please, let common sense prevail. Our children, our brothers, our sisters will not and must not stay at home. Now we have compounding, issues. You have ritual killing, you have rape and all this. Then you want to go and bring young people again and keep them at home. This might turn into a case of yam and goat. Yam might begin to eat goat. And if yam eats too much goat, he might have a swollen tummy. And this is not good. I cannot believe that a progressive government cannot get its act together. So the issue of contention, university revitalization monies, and allowances, integrated payrolls, and personal information system. These are where the issues are. Government agrees on some, government agrees on the other, everything breaks down. ASUU gives ultimatum, government does not react. Suddenly, you wake up in a day, you wake up, ASUU, boom, on strike. Abba Kyari, boom, captured. In 1 day. Some people are also saying these are all distractions. I say distracting us from what? Well, Angel Gabriel. So the names you guys are mental. Say Angel Gabriel. How can somebody be answering Angel Gabriel? I will be answering which of the angel in heaven gives koboko? That's the angel I want to answer. Which of the angels in heaven? The one that gives koboko. The kobokonization of the Nigerian government. That's what I want to do. If you know any angel, suggest any name. The one that gives koboko with 6 whips, 6 in 1. That's the angel I want to. And somebody's here answering. Man, it's indeed a mess. On a serious note, it is indeed a mess that those who were given the keys to the barn just gone into the barn, kicked the door wide open, started helping themselves at all strata. Before 2023, we were 2014, 15. All we hear is that Nigeria is corrupt. Goodluck Jonathan is clueless. This is. If you thought that 2015, 2017, 2014 that Nigeria was corrupt, that means you are a learner. Nigeria is no longer corrupt. That corruption, he has gone to the teller. And the teller is a police officer. He has made some clothes. In fact, now the corruption has done Ashebi and Agbada all together. One together. Ashebi and Agbada all together in one. That's where we are. And the head of the government, the head of the government saying they are fighting the corruption is the one sitting on some things that they supervise. Who do you ask? Who? How do you know that somebody is doing very well? Oh, well, the head of the government will tell you, well, if he looks at you, you're having some dimples or your cheeks are going in, that means you're doing well.
Are we likely to use a different approach in the fight against insecurity, especially kidnapping, which is a big issue now, sir?
No, I have just seen the IG. I think he is still losing weight. So
if the IG of police is losing weight, that means he's working very hard. Maybe that's one thing Abba Kyari didn't take into account and took serious. Maybe Abba Kyari should have lost weight so that Baba will say that he's innocent. Or maybe Abba Kyari should have joined the AFC, as their former chairman said. Maybe he should have done that.
Tony Ilwobe means I don't do bad. And in fact, once you have joined APC, all your sins are forgiven. Once you have joined APC, all your sins are forgiven. All your sins are forgiven. All your sins are forgiven.
So, if you join APC, all your sins are forgiven. I mean, but maybe it is too late now for Abba Kyari to join. So I'm just giving us some soundbites. What could have happened if you had joined APC? Maybe you would have been forgiven. I don't know. But at the end of the day, I think the Super Cup inadvertently actually didn't have much here. Didn't have so much here. In the words of Nyesom Wike, the governor of Rivers State, he would say, if he didn't
if you don't know what to do with your head, you don't know what to do with your head. If he didn't dare, he didn't dare. He didn't dare.
At this stage, I'll say he didn't dare. Nothing there inside our head. Again, everyone trying to say that Obi Cubana should be scared or Obi Cubana should be worried. I think there is absolutely no reason why that should be the case. He is a businessman who does his business. Abba Kyari is a super cop who ventures into tailoring and other illegal activities. To be unjust, to be injustice, to compare the two. Again, once you ever patronize the police to give you men with arms to protect life and your property, no one, if you get police officers and deliver them and you say, let's take pictures, I mean, you wouldn't run away from those pictures, but that doesn't mean that there are business entanglement between any of them. At the end of the day, as you have said, and you have voted here, 98% of all the vote cast this evening says extradite him to America. One of you said extradite him to America so that he can go and eat burger. So I don't know if American burger in the prison tastes any different. I haven't been there, so I don't know. But again, it's a no suya for US jail. Maybe in that suya they paying you pass. Anyway, on that note, I say thank you very much for joining me once more this evening. I am still Mazezoka, and this is Njenje Media TV. If you haven't subscribed to this platform, kindly do. If you don't mind, you can follow me on Twitter at Mazezoka. And if you wish to send me an email, you can send me an email under either my personal email address, which is mazezoka@gmail.com, or Njenje Media at gmail.com. If you wish to advertise with Njenje Media, please by all means send us email, get us on the telephone, on the WhatsApp. We will want and we will be glad to do business with you. On that note, I say this evening, some of you are happiness more, and some of you are already in the spirit of past participle.
You will be a past participant. Yeah. Hey! Ebu agomia. One day we go here. Say yesterday you are a past. So very soon you shall be past. Party. One day, say tickle. Say tickle.